doggies or Blake?
Yeah. No, Blake's over here next to me. All right, guys, let's get started. We have 15 minutes. All right. Table of contents. We did step number 1 and step number 2, right? We've done step number 1, step number 2. All right. So in our frog life cycle, we've learned that the frog life cycle has different stages. The first one is eggs. Number 2 was tadpoles. Naomi, what happens next?
Now that went away. That went away.
Good.
Leg.
Good. Very good. I have 3 Naomis in my classroom.
That's tiny white. That's white.
All right, guys. Make sure we always, if I call on a friend, make sure you guys wait your turn to speak and be respectful of your friends. Let them talk too, okay? Everyone wants a turn to talk. And it's only fair if I call your name and you guys allow that student to speak. Otherwise, none of us are going to be able to understand. Because if I have everyone screaming, then no one's going to hear. Okay? All right. So let's make sure we respect our friends. Okay? All right. Kirsten, there you are. All right. So today we're going to talk about step number 3. So you will be needing step number 3. So step number 3. Oh, that's my title page. What's that doing here? That's not step number 3. Okay. So today we're doing step number 3. Okay? So for step number 3, we have, Sophia, I need you to touch that mute button. Okay? Thank you, sweetheart. All right. So what we have here, oh, Mariah, touch that mute, and Maverick, touch your mute button. All right, guys. So what we have here is step number 3. And Naomi read it to me. Go ahead, Naomi, one more time since I couldn't really hear you.
Tadpole with leg.
Good. So in this part of the frog cycle, the tadpole begins to get legs. Now, why does he need to start getting legs? Why?
He's getting like a frog.
Yes, he's becoming like a frog little by little, right? So this part of the life cycle, which is right around here, okay? He's still a frog baby, right? So on our next step of the tadpole, we're learning that the tadpole has legs. So I'm going to write tadpole with legs. Okay, and that's going to be my page number 3 or step number 3. Okay, so you want to make sure you keep up with your table of contents. You need to know where you're writing your information. Page number 3. Okay, on page number 3, what will I write about? What's the next cycle? Part of the cycle. What's the next part of the cycle? The legs, right?
Tadpole with legs.
Good. So I'm going to write about tadpole with legs. Remember, when tadpoles are baby frogs, but they don't look like frogs yet because tadpoles have tails. They live only in water. Okay? So when they are tadpoles with legs, do they still live in the water? Who can answer that? Raise your hand. Mariah, if a tadpole has legs, does it still live in the water?
Yes.
Correct. It does because it still has a tail. It's still considered a tadpole. So it's going to look a lot like my step number 2, except I'm going to add on the legs. We're going to add on the legs. So for step number 3, make sure I will write that too. Okay, so I will write the tadpole, finger space, gets, and make sure you use that broken line, gets, legs. Okay, thank you. Now, what else did we find out? Mariah told me that he still lives where?
We have to partition each fold into fourths.
Water.
Good. He still lives in the water. They, finger space. Don't forget, I wrote that period, okay? They live, finger space. It doesn't fit. Where do I go? then at the end, I did my period to end my sentence. Okay, make sure.
My sentence is a tadpole has legs.
Good, that's awesome. Beautiful. Tadpole has or gets legs. They live in water. Okay. Now my tadpole will still look kind of like it has a tail, but I'm gonna add little legs because he's starting to get little legs, right? I'm gonna draw his happy face. Don't forget to draw his gills. He still has gills, right? Because looks black. What happened? Okay. So remember, the tadpole still lives in the water. So don't forget to draw your water and his gills. Okay, don't forget. Okay, so then for today, we're also gonna do I don't know if we're gonna have time to do 4. It's already prayer time. Okay, we'll do 4 and 5 tomorrow. That's what we'll do. Because 4 and 5 are very similar. So we'll talk about 4 and 5 tomorrow because they're very, 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 very similar. Okay? So we'll do 4 and 5 tomorrow. So everyone should finish step number 3. Now, when we do our writing, what are we checking for? What are we checking for? What are we checking for? Who can tell me the first thing that I'm checking for?
4341.
Uh-oh, I hear someone's dad, Maverick.
6795.
Thank you. Okay, Mandy, what am I checking for in your writing? Go ahead. Maverick, touch that microphone, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Do not touch it again, okay? Because I can hear your dad. Thank you. All right, go ahead, Mandy. What am I checking for in your writing?
A tadpole has legs.
Okay, good. But what am I checking your sentences for? There you go. Better question. What do I want to see in your sentence?
So everyone's sentence can be real.
Good, real information, right?
Huh?
Good. Okay. What else am I looking for? Kirsten, in your writing, what do you need to have? What do you need to have? What did Miss D always do? I can't hear you, sweetheart. Go ahead and touch your microphone when you speak.
Finger space.
Good. Check. Miss D's checking for that finger space. Good. Thank you, Kirsten. Next, Guile, what else am I checking for in your writing? What am I checking for?
Punctuation.
Thank you. Punctuation. What is a punctuation?
It's when you put period,
Or
exclamation, or question mark.
good. I'm looking for a punctuation. Good. Thank you, Guile. Next,
And
Naomi. Oh, sorry, Guile. What was that?
When are we gonna learn about commas?
Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Okay, well, we'll get there, I promise. All right, go ahead, Naomi. What else am I looking for, sweetheart? What am I looking for?
It has legs and land.
That's awesome, sweetheart. Good. Pero cuando tú estás escribiendo, ¿qué quiero mirar en tu escritura? ¿Qué quiero mirar? ¿Qué particularmente estoy buscando que hagas cuando escribas? What do...
Frog.
Okay. What is this?
Finger space.
Yes, finger space. Good. What else? We did
Period.
good. And what else? Last one. What does every sentence start with? New sentence. What do I need at the beginning of every sentence? Mandy.
Capital.
Capital letters. Everyone say capital letters. starts my sentence? Good. So we've talked about this at school. If we forgot, it's okay. It happens. Capital letters. So I want you guys to look at your writing and circle that first letter. Is it capital? If it's not, let's fix it. Now, I ended my sentence right there. You see that period? Tadpoles get legs. And then I put a period. Then I start another sentence. Do I need another capital? Yeah, I do. Right, Kyle? Good. Thank you for saying yes. Circle that next letter. Is that a capital? Yes. Make sure I see those circles on your capitals. I'm looking for circles on your capitals. Please.
But Miss B, I cannot see because it's blurry.
Oh, it's okay, sweetheart. I'm putting this on YouTube. But here you go. I want you to go to your own page and circle every capital at the beginning of your sentence. Every capital has to be circled. I only want to see the first letter of every sentence to be capital. Okay? Does every other letter have to be capital? No. What letter has to be capital?
The first sentence.
The first letter of the sentence. Good. Good try, Mandy. The first letter only, not the rest. Everything else goes under the broken lines. Okay, make sure you guys are using that broken line. I don't want to see writing on top of that broken line, okay? We've been practicing that all school year, so I know you guys are experts because you guys are so smart. Okay? All right, guys, I'm going to go on the TK and Kinder chat to do prayer.